Hey guys, it's Nick, and in this video, I want to talk about the shortages in new car production. Now, everybody knows and has been hearing the stories that there is a chip shortage, and because of that, manufacturers are cutting their production because they cannot complete cars. And this is also causing the price of used cars to skyrocket. Now, there's another car input in manufacturing that could be an even bigger shortage than the chips, and that's aluminum. So, not only is aluminum over $3,000, which is a record high, it hasn't been this high in about 12 years, but a bigger shortage is in magnesium, which is used to harden aluminum so that they can make things like engine blocks and car frames and fenders and even soda cans. And so, why is magnesium all of a sudden in a short supply? One word: energy. So, let's see how this all works, how it's all connected, and how bad it might get. So, Zero Hedge talked about this September 13th that aluminum tops 3,000 for the first time since 2008 on supply woes. And the aluminum contract in London traded at its highest level since 2008 at $3,000 per ton, and prices have jumped 50% this year and 15% in the last 3 weeks. So the rise in aluminum prices have been supported by two things. One is the production curbs in Chinese smelting regions, often to alleviate the strain on the power grid. And the latest surge in price comes from a military coup that happened in early September, and that sparked concerns over the supply of bauxite, a sedimentary rock with high aluminum content. And so now on October 15th, they say aluminum shortage is next as magnesium supply dries up. So this week, the largest U.S. producer of aluminum billet used to make automobiles and building supplies told customers and business associates that output capacity might be curtailed in 2022 due to a lack of magnesium supply. So Matalco Inc. President Tom Horder said, in the last several weeks, magnesium availability has dried up, and we have not been able to purchase our required magnesium units for all of 2022. So he's saying he's giving advance warning that if the scarcity continues, and especially if it becomes worse, then Matalco may need to curtail production in 2022, resulting in allocations to our customers. So he says the warning comes as he told customers they should have contingency plans if supplies tighten. So aluminum billet cannot be produced without magnesium, which is a strengthening agent, and it allows it to be strong enough to be used in structural applications such as automobile frames, engine blocks, and body panels. And he added challenges such as the cost of energy, labor, and shipping are increasingly mounting. And so on Tuesday, Bank of America said a magnesium shortage could trigger a shortage of aluminum, which in turn could also hit car production. We stress at this point that such a scenario is not yet included in our estimates. The issue has just emerged and no car maker has yet warned about it. So why is there such a shortage of magnesium? Because China has a monopoly on the global magnesium production. And because China has been reducing electricity to certain regions to prevent blackouts or brownouts, production curbs of energy-intensive smelters have reduced the industrial metals output, resulting in dwindling stockpiles in Europe and North America. And as Barclays analyst said, there are no substitutes for magnesium in aluminum sheet and billet production, he warned. If magnesium supply stops, the entire auto industry will grind to a halt. Now, come on, China can't really have that big of a monopoly on magnesium production, right? Let's see how much they actually produce. For a stunning wake-up call to just how concentrated the complex global supply chain is, 85% of the world's magnesium production comes from China. And much of it comes from one town in Shaanxi province called Yulin, where the government has curbed output at 70% of all magnesium smelters this year due to energy conservation ahead of the Northern Hemisphere winter. And so Germany's Non-Ferrous Metal Trade Association warned It is expected that the current magnesium reserves in Germany and throughout Europe will be exhausted in a few weeks at the end of November 2021 at the latest. In the event of a supply bottleneck of this magnitude, there is risk of massive production losses. So if you want a Volkswagen, BMW, or Mercedes, you better buy it now. So they say the critical question is if Beijing will allow magnesium smelters to restart operations by the end of the year or early next year to replenish supplies. If that's not the case, expect the automotive industry to be dealing with a twin crisis of not just a lack of semiconductors, but also crucial aluminum. And so not only does China produce most of the magnesium in the world, but this is their production of aluminum. China produces 36,000 tons per year out of a total world production of 64,000 in 2019. Then comes India at a tenth as much, same as Russia, Canada similar, US all the way down here at 1,100 tons versus China's 3,600 tons. And for those of you that don't know, it takes a whole lot of electricity to smelt aluminum. It takes around 16,000 kilowatt hours per ton of aluminum. And since China and India make about half of the world's aluminum, where do you think they produce that electricity from? Well, here's a breakdown of the mix of power used in the aluminum industry in 2018. 26% is hydro in places like Iceland and other places where they have hydroelectric, but 61% is coal, and you know what's going on with the price of coal in China and India and other places in the world. So this is like a really perfect storm going on. So that's a look at how something like coal, which the media has been saying is on its way out for years, is really critical to producing magnesium and also to producing aluminum, which is critical to us and Europe and other places to producing cars and other really important things that we need. So the effect of these higher energy prices are going to be felt in real goods, in foods, in all kinds of things. So my advice to you is don't wait until there is a shortage. Stock up on some of the things that you need now before things get worse, because the way it looks, it's going to get worse before it gets better. So guys, if you like this video, hit the thumbs up and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.